Well, again, good morning. Thank you for joining us today. You know, ports grow based on growing their infrastructure, and the infrastructure takes a large amount of money. And these are public, private, as well as state and federal partnerships that we do here at the port. But our board, which is independent, it's a port authority, gives us the support and directs us to be able to build this infrastructure because Manatee, Port Manatee, at the end of the day, is really one of Manatee County's larger economic engines. But we serve other parts of the state. As you can imagine, the other counties who are not served by water depend on Manatee every day. Just about every FPL power project, their new plants, TECO, and others have been coming through Port Manatee. Also, our friends from Air Products coming through Port Manatee. So it's become a really significant economic engine that without it, we wouldn't be able to be as efficient or as productive as we are. Again, though, I want to, for those of you who are not already familiar, I want to introduce the board and Chairwoman Vanessa Baugh is going to be saying and leading the presentation today. But we also have Priscilla Wisden-Trace, who's one of our newer commissioners for the port, Vice Chair Charles Smith, whom everybody knows, third chair, Commissioner Johnson, right here. Of course, member Carol Whitmore, past chair, Commissioner Benak, and Robin DiSabatino, Commissioner Robin DiSabatino. So they're the board of directors of the port, as you already know. And just like every other port, they have either a commission appointed or otherwise. I believe ours are a little bit more, let's say, better because they are all elected. So really, they do it because of their effort. And they come here as a result of their efforts, and they serve two hats for no extra money. We don't pay them to be here. And they serve that, and they serve as county commissioners. And for the last week, I can tell you they've been, about 12-hour days for the last week, and wrapping up the issues that they have at the county. So without any further delay, I'd like to reintroduce the chair of the Port Authority, Vanessa Baugh.
Good morning again. Is Ted Rupert? Where is he? Yes. Would you join us up here, please, to say a prayer? Always. And then after that, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you. It's a pleasure for me to be able to be here, and then the dock being refurbished, and just the partnership that Anchor House experiences with you folks is a real pleasure for us. So let's pray. Almighty God, whose spirit swept over the face of the waters at creation, separating the ocean from the land, we turn our attention to you this day as we dedicate this dock and this port. We ask for your blessing upon the increase in commerce it will provide. God, we are thankful for your provision to rebuild this dock. We are thankful for the laborers who toiled to create this structure. God of providence, you created us in your image and you watch over us. May we display this same concern for others, whether on the water or here at the docks, so safety may be ours. Now that we are at this point, help us to be good stewards of all that you provide through this additional berth, and thank you for your concern and blessing upon us all as we dedicate this place to you. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Tim. You're a real blessing to this port, you and Anchor House. I just want you to know that. I just want to introduce, talk about some of the dignitaries that are here today. State Representative Jim Boyd, you will be hearing from him shortly. We also have, I got a list here, Brandon Ursery he's the legislative assistant for Representative Joe Gruters. Joe called me last night, and unfortunately, he is in school this week to keep up his CPA status. So he's very busy. Amanda Romant, from legislative assistant for Senator Bill Galvano. Gary Tibbetts, I know that you're with us today for Congressman Vern Buchanan, and we're glad that our congressman is safe. Thank goodness. Paul Simmons, Modal Development Administrator, FDOT District 1. District Seaport Coordinator, oh my goodness, Christy Smith, also from FDOT District 1. I also had a conversation yesterday afternoon with the governor and with LK, and they were both wanted me to say how sorry they were that they couldn't be with us today. But you know what? This is a team. This is a team effort. If it wasn't for FDOT, the state of Florida, our legislators, our employees here at the Port Administration, and don't let me forget my colleagues, the Port Authority members, we wouldn't be here at all, would we, Carlos? That's how important it is. It is my pleasure this year to be the chairman of the Manatee County Port Authority. It is always my honor to represent the county commissioners of Manatee County as well as the Port Authority. But it's really great to be here today for the dedication of Berth 9, Port Manatee's newest reconstructed berth. A lot of you might not realize that that berth was 40 years old. Can you imagine the type of ships that were coming here 40 years ago compared to what we see today? Big, big difference. The nice thing is that now we can pretty much take any ship that comes into this port at Berth 9. So we're ready for business, this port is, and we're gonna let everybody know how we are truly open for business in Port Manatee. In just 1 year, the existing deck was demolished and replaced. A new seawall was constructed, and now it is much, much stronger. And I can tell you that the Port Authority in our meetings over this last year had been getting reports of what was going on, and it is utterly amazing at what takes place to redo a berth. I would love for sometimes maybe we could have Carlos come to a county commission meeting to show the video. It goes without saying that I just am so thankful to Governor Scott, Florida Department of Transportation. I can tell you that they have been so generous with their support, the state of Florida, and without it, we wouldn't be able to move forward with this project that we're all here today to celebrate. So I don't think most people know the relationship that truly does take place. Without FDOT, they are one of our biggest partners in the port business. And not just for the port, but also the county commission. We're always working very closely on our roads, our infrastructure. But the port, if you think about it, it's a lifeline. That's where a lot of food comes in, a lot of things that Manatee County and the surrounding counties need to grow and sustain themselves. So I'm going to go ahead and just say that, you know, Port Manatee has a huge economic impact on Manatee County, and it's approximately $2.3 billion, and that's huge. And it just goes to show how important this port and Manatee County is to the state of Florida. It's a big, huge part. So with that being said, I just want to say thank you to everyone that's here today. I see Jackie, our new president of the chamber, here with us. And at this time, I'd like to go ahead and introduce State Representative Jim Boyd.
Thanks, Commissioner. First of all, let me apologize for my outfit. Everybody looks so nice. They've got suits and ties on. I remember the last dedication at the berth over here. It was hot. We had coats and ties on. We listened to one of our federal partners for what seemed like an eternity. The governor was waiting to speak. Is
And the
that,
weather was
what in the
bad.
world? This is so embarrassing. Albie, you're supposed to, the weather was bad. There was a huge storm coming in across the skyway. The governor got to say like 2 words before the skies opened up. And I promised myself if I ever went to another dedication, I would dress appropriately. So I apologize. But seriously, it's a real privilege and pleasure to be here today for such a grand occasion. Just look out the window at this beautiful scenery, this lovely environment that we live in, and then Berth 9. I am very happy that as part of your Florida legislature, we were able to help partner in the acquisition of the funds with our good friends and partners at DOT to do what we've done here today. As Carlos and Chairwoman Boss said, this is a huge economic driver for Manatee County. I think 250 or so direct and indirect jobs are being created just as a result of this one berth. So if you just take that out and look at the impact that has across our community, that's great. Since our term in the legislature over the past 7 years, we went in at over 11% unemployment. We're down to the lowest level now since 2007, and that's in large part due to folks like our friends at the port and other businesses and industries across Manatee County that have helped us create opportunities and jobs for our fellow citizens and friends. So Air Products is another great example of, as you said, what this port can offer. So I'm thrilled to be here on behalf of my colleagues in the House and the Senate, since I think Senator Rouson had a challenge and couldn't get here. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for all that you bring to Manatee County. We want to help you grow. We think it's the best port in the state of Florida and probably in the Southeast and maybe beyond. But anything we can do to help you continue that momentum, we want to do. And thank you for inviting us today, and congratulations on the dedication of Berth 9. Thank you. Thanks, Commissioner.
A couple of other, very good friends of the port that I'd like to recognize, and that's Captain Thompson right here, please, who is the chair, the president of the Port Pilots Association for Tampa Bay, been a great partner. Some of you before had the opportunity to hear one of our other partners, Art Savage, one of our port agents, been around for centuries, literally, here at the port. And so as a result, we want to be able to, again, show our appreciation to all of you. The logistics here is going to be, those of you who join us at the berth, we're going to have a ribbon cutting, and then if you can join us for lunch, we'll be very grateful. Yeah, Gary Tibbetts. Yeah. Representing Congressman Buchanan, of course, is the eternal representative of the congressman, Mr. Tibbetts. Gary Tibbetts is here today too. I almost forgot to mention him, so please, Gary, you're going to say a few words on behalf of the congressman? Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, and it's a real pleasure and honor to be here representing the congressman among friends. Carlos is right. I've been here a number of times, and I wish I was in Jim's shirt right now. But the congressman is in D.C. right now, and he sends greetings in the form of a letter, and I'd love to just impart that on you. On behalf of the people of Florida's 16th Congressional District, I congratulate Port Manatee on the completion of reconstruction of Berth 9. Port Manatee is a major economic engine for Manatee County. As the closest deep water port to the Panama Canal, with easy access to major interstates and rail, Port Manatee is positioned to grow, create new jobs, and further diversify our economy. The completion of Berth 9 will help achieve that goal. I appreciate this opportunity to help celebrate this completion of this important project and wish you the best as you work to achieve the full potential. Sincerely, Vern Buchanan, Member of Congress. And I just want to say myself that this port, having been involved with the community as long as I have, personally, it is a gem, and we need to do everything that we can possible to make this and help you achieve all the goals that they have. Thank you very much.
Hey,
Thank you very much, Gary. Appreciate you coming. Also, we have another very important guest that came all the way down from Tallahassee. He was with us this morning at the Port Authority meeting, and that's Doug Wheeler. Doug, I want to say a few words. Doug is the president of the Florida Ports Council. Just a few words. Florida Ports Council, which is the association of the Florida ports. What happens at the Florida ports, of course, need to be able to impress upon the legislature that they are doing a good job, and that's really Doug's job to make sure that we look good up in Tallahassee, that we are seen as contributors to this, and this association that's based in Tallahassee represents all 15 Florida ports. So, Doug?
Are we even on putting each other on the spot now? Even Stephen? Anyway, I'll be very brief. It is great to be here. A lot of people don't realize, in addition to what the Florida Ports Council does, we try to do advocacy both at the state and federal level. We do a lot of research, but we also administer a statutory program that was created by the legislature about 25 years ago. When it first started, it was about $8 million. So we used to beg, we need more money. I could come out here and show you the port and spend $8 million and come out here and show you the port again tomorrow, and you might not even notice a difference. So with the tremendous support of great friends in the legislature like Representative Boyd and several others, the governor, and we have been able to see that fund increase. So we were a couple years ago successful getting that from $8 million to $15 million. 2 years ago, we were successful from getting that from $15 million to $25 million. So we're talking real money now, which is good. We're pairing that with tremendous support from Governor Scott and the legislature and DOT to sort of create more than just one source of funding. But we administer that program and we allocate funds to projects around the state. Port Manatee has been the recipient of many of those funds over the years. I believe there are actually FSTED funds on this project. So we love as an administrator to see the completion. We love to see the development of the project. The port starts talking about the projects. We start vetting the projects. We put some money towards that, and then here we are, with that project checked off the list and ready to move on to the next project, whether that be here or any of the other 14 ports around the state. So it's great to be here, and congratulations, Port Manatee.
Next, our partners from FDOT, Paul Simmons and Christy Smith, are here today, but Paul's going to say a few words about what impact, I think, and how we collaborate together, not just to build this port, but all the other ports around Florida. Paul.
Good morning, everybody. It's great to be here at the port today. And on behalf of our district secretary, LK Nadam, we'd like to extend our congratulations to the Manatee County Port Authority. We'd also like to congratulate Director Carlos and your staff that we do a lot of work with all year round. I'd also like to just give out a shout out to the construction crews, the engineers and the designers and all the folks that take part in getting a project like this done on time and on budget. So we appreciate it. It takes a team effort, like the commissioner said, and we all know that. I'd like to just ask Christy Smith just to stand up and say hello to everybody. She is our aviation and seaport coordinator, manager, and nothing really happens until Christy gives the thumbs up. And she does a great job for us. So the Florida Department of Transportation supports all modes of transportation. In our district alone, District 1, we support 21 public use airports, 7 major transit authorities, 5 major rail companies, and we ensure we're meeting the needs of the freight industry. We design and construct our roads for millions of motorists, but also hundreds of thousands of pedestrians and bicyclists who use them on a daily basis. And we maintain over 6,300 lane miles of highways and interstates in just our district alone. But one of the most striking numbers that I have for you today is we only have 1 seaport in our district. And I am a little biased, and I imagine that you are too, but I think that Port Manatee is the most important seaport that we have in the state of Florida. So we need to ensure this port continues to grow and expand. generating even more economic impact to this community, and most importantly, continuing to create jobs. You had mentioned 2.3 billion annually for economic impact. Well, also, it supports 24,000 jobs, and that's a lot of families. The Florida Department of Transportation values our partnership with the port. We share the same goals, and we look forward to continued growth and prosperity for this region and our district. So those are my words. Congratulations again, and we appreciate you inviting the FDOT. Thanks, Carlos.
Well, again, thank you. If you'll join us, I think, on the berth, we will proceed to the ribbon cutting.
All right, I think the only one we're missing right now is Betsy Benek, but she'll be with us in just a moment. So I'll just go ahead. Mr. Wheeler, if you could join me at the podium. We just want to say from the Port Authority, we want to say a big thank you for coming all the way from Tallahassee and being here with us today for this. We enjoy working with you. Without the Port Council, you know, you guys just help us so much. So please always remember Port Manatee.
It's great to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, everybody thinks you're me. Gary Tibbetts, Congressman Vern Buchanan's office. It goes without saying. You know, everybody, we always talk about Congressman Buchanan, but Gary, you're always here with us. You're always, you know, filling in for Vern. And we're very fortunate to have such an active congressman in Washington doing so much for Port Manatee. And we're also very thankful for you in that regard as well. So please.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. I know we were going to do this. State Representative Jim Boyd. Wow, I get to give you something. Wow. This is fun. That's nice. Again, you know, Representative Boyd, you have always helped Manatee in so many ways, and I know that you're going to be terming out in 18, and that's a great loss, I think, for Manatee. We're going to miss you because you've done so much. So thanks for being here with us today.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Brandon. Can't leave you out. You know, Brandon is Joe Gruder's legislative aide, and Brandon is kind of like Gary Tibbetts in that he's always around, always filling in, and Joe has had a very successful first year in Tallahassee. We're very thankful for his leadership. Please give this and tell Joe to always remember Port Manatee. Okay? Thank you. All right, now this is really going to be fun. I never get to give an award to the members, my cohorts on the commission, the Port Authority, so this is a real treat for me. Commissioner Smith, always keeping us on our toes, always making sure that we're doing the right thing. You're a great asset. Thank you, sir. Commissioner Johnson. Again, new commissioner, but you've already filled some pretty big shoes, been a good asset, and we just thank you for your service, and we're glad that you were able to join us on the Port Authority as well as the County Commission. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I feel kind of weird doing this, but I like it. Who said that? She did. Let me guess. Commissioner DeSabatino, always a trooper, hard worker, one of the hardest commissioners I know. You've been through a lot, you've been supportive, you're still going, and you're doing everything you can to help your constituents and Manatee County as a whole. So from Port Manatee, from Chairman of the Port, I say thank you very much.
Thank you.
Priscilla Trace, another new commissioner who, if you've watched any of our meetings, she asks the best questions. She's already proven to be successful. She's going to be a great commissioner, and we're glad that you're with us, Priscilla. Thank you.
When do we eat?
There you go. There you go.
Carol Whitmore, hard worker, longest serving commissioner on the board, great asset. Thank you.
Thanks.
Commissioner Benak, big shoes to fill as chairman this year because of you. I don't have to tell you, we ran together, we've worked together, you're a great asset, and I'm so glad that you get to work with us on the Port Authority, past chairman, and now chairman this year at the BOCC. Thank you. Thank you. Is that it? Did I get everybody? I thought I got him.
Give yourself an award.
Yeah, well,
I didn't give it to you. I thought I did.
I'm sorry. I thought we lost.
Well,
Okay.
Oh, well, I'm not going to give one
no,
to myself.
I want to thank the chair. Again, nobody leaves here without parting gifts. And so I want to recognize the tremendous effort that the Port Authority, as I said earlier, without any additional compensation, the dedication, their support to us as the port staff every day, every week. You have no idea how much time that we have to take with them and how much they're dedicated to the port. It's truly an honor to be able also to present this berth to the Port Authority and to Chair Ball.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you. All right, with all that being done, and Doug, you were first. And FDOT, by the way, did leave, but they will be sent one as well. So at this time, please, eat good food. It is from Popey's, right?
Yeah, well, this is a huge economic driver for Manatee County. I think this is the largest berth they have, so we can accommodate any type of ship that would come in. This port has grown and grown over the years. This berth alone, I think, has created 250 new jobs in Manatee County. The port delivers over $2 billion of economic impact, so it's huge for Manatee County. And the port just gets better and better, and just attracts more and more vendors and ships and folks every year. So couldn't be happier to be than I am today to be here.